Welcome back to the Expert Desk. I am your host, hi-rez Kelly, and I'm joined by Drybear. Drybear, it is 2-1 in Cognitive Red's favor.
I am loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. These kids came out underdogs. They were not expected to win. None of the stats stacked up to them. They were realistically not going to win anything, and they knocked out their sister team 2-1. Now they're going up against Dig, and the biggest thing is that they're learning. They're learning fast, and they're applying it properly. And I think the biggest difference here is two things. Number one, the jungle is going to be a big pickup. And the other thing is Snoopy. Snoopy makes less mistakes than Zapman. Technically, Zapman has a very strong late game, but Snoopy makes better decisions. And this is a game about decisions. Playing smart, controlling the zone, making sure you don't die, and keeping your gold ahead allows Snoopy to keep himself going till the end of the game, where Zapman makes that one mistake and turns into a fire giant, turns into a phoenix, turns into a tower. It just conquers everything. Look at the stats right now. Snoopy with his great old mug hanging out right now. Age 18. He's the oldest on his team, of course. 2.99 KDA, 479 GPM, and 61% win with Artemis, Apollo, and Ull.
Honestly, though, I feel like Dignitas is kind of carrying. I mean, he's been given Thor, like what they were DM and Bart were saying. Why don't they just ban Thor? Do you feel that Thor is carrying their team, or do you feel like it's just another piece of the puzzle that is making Cognitive Red beat the LAN champions Dignitas?
Gars knows Thor, and he's able to control the whole early game, the mid game, even the late game. Even when Yannick, that last play, we saw him controlling everything, baiting out, dodging, weaving, bobbing, and all of a sudden, Thor. Right on top, turns the whole thing around. And it's always been the case where Thor was the biggest turnaround god in the game because he has an AoE stun from Global. He has another stun with a wall block, plus huge burst damage, plus purification beads, bringing his cooldowns down by 5 seconds. That's all he needs to clear out the whole team fight, and Gars is really driving it forward. But here's the biggest thing. Gars has God Pool. Snoopy has God Pool. So if you ban out Thor, I still think they have a great chance. I think I put my eyes on Lassus getting out more damage early on and helping the best win that lane.
Do you think if Lassus gets behind, that the rest of his team gets behind?
Not necessarily. Lassus has just been doing less damage on average than you'd expect from a jungler early on. And the problem is that he's so far under that the best really can't control the zone as well in the mid lane, can't get the mid camps, and he falls behind overall, just golden experience.
What do you think we're going to see here for the top 4 bans for both teams?
Well, Osiris is guaranteed. Rom is kind of back and forth, and I think the biggest thing is going to be Athena. I think banning Athena and getting Geb is the best thing a team can do right now.
I mean, I'm excited to see game number 4, everybody. Cog Red is up 2-1 against Dignitas. Let's go join Bart and DM for game 4.
Thank you very much, Kelly, and welcome back to the commentary desk for what could be the final time and potentially the final game that Anatoly will play as a professional player for Team Dignitas.
That's a fair point.
It is 2-1 in favor of Cognitive Red, a result that really you would have had to be a really good friend of someone on Cognitive Red to probably see coming.
They actually sit on tournament point, similarly to how we saw SK go into the European regional kickoff, and they blew everybody out of the water.
They did indeed, but we are cutting the commentary short, guys. We're already in the picking and banning phase here. Cognitive Red on the left side. Dignitas going to be on the right side. Dignitas with the second pick, unable to convert a win on the second pick last time, and that could be what ends up losing them this best of 5. Even if they take this, second pick goes to Cognitive.
That's right. The advantage has swung now into Cognitive Red's favor.
Absolutely.
Even if they lose this, they have the advantage going into the next game with first pick or second pick potential.
So early bans coming out. It's going to be Apollo.
Can we just take a second?
Osiris and Zhang Kui?
They have one ban left. Okay, this is Thor. There can't be a discussion. How has it even happened yet? Why are they thinking about this? Gars has absolutely dominated every game he has been Thor.
Shadow Q with the ban here. And what is it going to be coming in any second here, guys?
I'm really frustrated right now.
I assume that it must be Thor.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Whew. Jeez.
That one got ugly for a second there.
All right, now we can start the game.
Yeah.
Hey, Rama, here comes Athena and Ra.
Rama, Athena, Ra.
We'll get Geb and
We're
whatever.
We're going to get the Geb and the carry, probably a Mercury.
Can we just start at band 2 and just have everyone gods filled in?
Although Aphrodite's still available, and they have to be thinking about picking that up here.
Mercury's available.
Mercury as well, that's right. So, I mean, I would expect that it would be Athena, Ra. No.
Athena, Merc.
No.
I mean, Ramark. Okay, so they're going to pick Geb anyway. This is so smart by Dig because Yannick is untouchable as Geb. Why would he pick Athena with his low win ratio when his Geb is probably the best Geb?
Right. Good point. But, so they'll be resigned to.
Was that the first time Dignitas lost with Athena?
That is the first time Dignitas has lost with a team.
Wow.
But they give away the Giannis. They forgot about this, I think.
I forgot about
Looking
this.
at the Thor, I forgot about it too from game number 2. Super duper duper effective.
I like this. I like this a lot,
on
man.
how effective that one was. So now at an impasse is Team Dignitas.
But, you know, Mercury has won pretty much every game that he's been in. I mean, he's won for Snoopy every single time. He won for Lassus, Aphrodite. I'm just saying, like, maybe Devios has a Chang'e. Like, who knows? No, I'm pretty sure that I know that he does not have a Chang'e.
Yeah, a little bit interesting. I mean, they're going to put Giannis in the solo lane, I would imagine here. They're going to draft a mid laner. Notably, Agni available. But no, Chang'e banned out by Dignitas there. That respect ban. That DM ban question.
I'm flexing.
So.
I'm taking that one.
I don't know why, but you can have it.
All right, thanks. So we're going back down. I would say, yeah, Janice is probably going to go in. Hawa's still available, does decently against Aphrodite. Doesn't quite win the matchup. Zhang Kui has already been banned out, so we're not going to see that.
So is Dignitas running Aphrodite support here? Because they picked it up knowing Athena gets banned. Athena does get banned. Are they drafting Bacchus here? Are they drafting another Guardian, maybe the Kumba? Or are they running Aphrodite support?
I mean, well, they have Ra, and you'd be hard-pressed to take Ra out of the hands of Anatoly.
They've put it on to best twice so far in this tournament.
Right, but at the same time, I think it'd be a little bit stronger. I mean, this has been their pocket tournament pick in LAN forever. They did it at PAX Prime.
Yep.
They did it at the launch tournament. Maybe it's time to bring it out for today.
Wow, Cognitive Red very authoritative with those final 2 picks. Halbois picked and locked. Nemesis picked and locked instantly here. They got the team that they want. And is it going to be enough to win the championship?
Why Nemesis, though? There's nobody tanky on the enemy team, and that's what she does. She picks a tank, ults that, and then destroys the team. Though picking Hercules into that might help.
Because Dignitas is going to obviously pick Hercules into the Nemesis.
That's frustrating.
Imagine how they would have felt if they had a Chang'e as well. So here's the rub, though. Not any great anti-heal carriers on Cog Red.
So just grab Weakening Curse.
Right. They'll need a
grab
Weakening
2
Curse.
of them.
They'll probably need several of them, which will help against, I mean,
well, look at that healing.
Based.
Yeah, I mean, we have Hercules is basically invincible. We have Aphrodite, who actually is invincible, and Ra, who basically makes the rest of the team invincible. I mean, this is large amounts of sustain.
Every god but Mercury with a built-in heal. Mercury will be building into a Bloodforge probably as his 5th item as well.
Right.
Weakening Curses, sure, but I mean, you got to feel like they're going to need something else to really sustain them over in between those 60-second cooldowns.
Though, all the healing in the world is not going to stop the character with 3 ultimates, Halbois.
That's true, or the Giannis. I mean, Giannis Halbois, like,
you must, by all means, watch your step.
Yeah, that could be a very treacherous step. Although, there's some fucking interaction between the knock-up and the portal drop.
Fair enough.
Like, I think you can get knocked up out of the portal drop.
You can. So he could also knock you up, and then he could place the portal on your drop.
That's right. I mean, there's a good way and a bad way to do it, for sure.
Well, this could be the series here as Cognitive Red sits on tournament point. Dignitas needs 2 games to win, Bart.
Let's introduce the teams one more again. Ladies and gentlemen, the blue team fighting on the bottom of the minimap in the left side of your spectator UI. It is Cognitive Red. They are Divios in the solo lane as Giannis. The Boosh will be your mid lane Halbois. Degars will be the jungler as Nemesis. And you're looking at Snoopy and Ionic combining for the duo lane of Rom and Geb. Their opponents today fighting out of the right side of your spectator UI. The top of the mini-map, and the red team, it is Team Dignitas. They are Zapman and Shadowq combining for the duo lane Neith and Aphrodite. Lassus and the jungle, the captain as Mercury. The best will be the mid laner as Ra. And rounding out the team in the solo lane, Anatoly on Hercules.
I would say the crowd is maybe not even split. I think we have mostly Dignitas fans in the house.
Yeah, I mean, Cognitive Red, a team that's just so new. I'm not sure that they have really an opportunity to grow a lot of fans. Maybe the Game Changers, people knew them as that a little bit, but they really came on the scene a bit later, and this is their first real showing. I guarantee you they're coming away with some fans after this, though.
I mean, they called themselves the Game Changers to start, and I think they have done a very good job of changing the game today. I mean, we saw Mercury. We're seeing a lot more Janice play. I mean, Devios bringing the Hercules back, actually bringing Anatoly into it as well. I mean, there has been a lot of things they've done today that have really shaped things.
So where is the Brawlers? I mean, are you picking up a Brawlers beat stick here on the Snoopy?
Possibly. I mean, maybe even Gars. That extra penetration would be huge.
Yeah, I mean, it actually has decent synergy with Nemesis, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, penetration, a ton of damage, and healing reduction. Being able to chase down someone like Aphrodite would be pretty fantastic.
Already here, though, we're seeing Zapman with the Heartseeker Rush on Neith. No big surprise considering the built-in heal, as we mentioned. Snoopy going to be going Devourer's Gauntlet, so advantage Zapman at about 3-minute mark.
All right, so word from the production. They're just getting a quick reboot. We should be back in just a second. In the meantime, I mean, let's talk predictions here. I mean, 2 games now we have seen Cognitive Red. Now, this is the same thing we saw in the first set of the day where they lost, even kind of got dominated, and then came back strong 2 games in a row.
Yeah, you know, can they find this win? I think this win is really important. If they lose this game, what do you put their odds at to win the best of 5?
It's hard to say, and, you know, I always go back to my same win condition. Do they shut down Lasses?
Okay.
It's all about shutting down Lasses. Last game, both Lasses and Zapman got shut down. Snoopy just completely dominated the lane.
Yes, he did, and he has the ROM again, so doesn't have to switch up his play style too much. Really knows what he's getting himself into. This time, though, it's going to be up against the Neath, not the Uller, who Neath, as we mentioned, just better tools dealing with other in-handers.
You know, this is something that, you know, a lot of people think Neath's not in the meta anymore. She's not good enough. Artemis is all the rage. But we saw Zapman's best performance today come out of Neath.
Yeah. And not a big surprise either, I would say. I mean, when you look at what Neath really does, she is a mage for all intents and purposes. I mean, she's a burst mage through most of the game. She doesn't transition into in-handing until a bit later than the other carries, as well as that attack speed slow is really what makes her work. It's a super safe clear, the global ultimate, the setup, in this case, the snipe from Best, as well as the general damage from Mercury, as well as looking at transitioning into the later stages of the game, where Shadowhue is going to be primarily looking to keep Lasses alive. Neath is very, very difficult to lock down.
I 100% agree. Not to mention, Backflip probably has the fastest startup of any jump. I mean, she's out of there.
3 times slower than it used to be. It was instant. Originally, it was instant.
No, I very much understand that.
Yeah, it was a very big pain point for me when playing the game for many, many moons. But no, Neath, she's sitting in a pretty decent spot here, I think. You know, as we see, used primarily as a counter pick, no longer really that super dominant hunter that we used to see.
Now, I mean, looking at this, Zapman, again, he had the best game of his entire LAN with Neath. He's going to have to reprise that. I mean, both Lasses and Zapman had a great game playing the Mercury-Neath combo.
Yes.
This time, they have it reprised. Best has Raw. Anatolia is on Hercules. They have a very sustainable team, a team that can heal up those 2 carries as much as possible. They have to be very careful about the weakening curse. I think their main win condition is initiate, wait the weakening curses out, and then again initiate to ensure that they can continue the fight with the sustain. If they overcommit in the first instance, they're going to get blown up.
Let's go back to this Hercules pick and talk a little bit about the Nemesis pick right before it.
Right.
So the teams at this point are Cognitive Red done with a Nemesis.
Right.
So let's just go before that, before they pick the Nemesis. They're looking at a Dignitas team. Zapman, Lassus, the best, and Shadowhue's God's already there. They know Aphrodite is going to be likely going to the duo lane. They know that they have a physical jungler in Lassus, and they know they have a magical mid laner in Ra.
Right.
What this means is that they have to pick more physical damage, most likely. What they really need is a frontliner. And there wasn't a lot of great frontliners left with Zhonghui banned out.
Right.
So knowing that they had to go tanky into the solo lane, you pick the Nemesis beforehand, knowing they still need to pick up that tanky presence, and it just looks like such a strong counter pick, when in reality, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, and you know, now that you explained it that way, I mean, it's pretty smart. What do they pick aside from the Hercules? I mean, there's nothing else that fits the team.
There's no Zhong, the Ra's already picked, the Aphrodite's already on your team. What else can you get with a tank presence there? I mean, there's some more, you know, strange picks, right? You could take some of the Guardians into the solo lane, but Hercules, I mean, it could have been an Odin, it could have been a Guan Yu, unlikely, but it's going to be Herc.
Man, I wouldn't, if you're going to pick Guan Yu, I still think he's a better support. Giving the protections with the heal is huge, but that's a character I don't think we've seen at all. I
can tell you who the pick would have been if this was on the next patch. It would have been Sun Wukong.
Yeah, oh man, that new Master's Will is borderline atrocious.
I would get hit by that ability 100 times over ever being hit by Magic Cudgel again.
Bart does not like that staff.
Or that god, or that ability, or really anything about him. But
so we're back into the game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the game. Pre-game timer counting down, 20 seconds remaining on that. The early game wards coming out. This time we're not going to see very much aggression, and it looks like the teams aren't willing to give away anything in the early game this time. Dignitas definitely needs to get off to a good start here, because if they start getting behind an emotional team, they could tilt.
So now, pretty normal start coming out from both teams. It doesn't look like either team is really willing to go for that early invade. Shadowhue going up towards the top side here to start. Now, remember, normally he's a Guardian with much stronger scaling. Sure, he'll have the birds, but I expect he's going to take a decent amount of damage here.
Yeah, he likely will, but it should be okay. Like you mentioned, I mean, the birds are the birds are the birds. But Shadowhue not very tanky, of course. Let's see, what did he open with? Just a Watcher's Gift? Yeah, he's going to take quite a bit of damage, but it's actually looking okay. Zapman's going to rotate in, just needs to get into range. No, they're actually not even going to look to leash it at all. They're going to put it right on the Shadowhue and link up with Zapman, the old school style.
I like this. I mean, they're going to go for the overall sustain, and now we're going to see Rama give it up as well, so both the supports have it.
New meta?
No, probably just today.
Just today? Just
this specific instance.
Yeah, counterplay. Well, I mean, it's not unheard of. I guess I suppose that it is a bit of the end of you're seeing Rama giving up the blue buff moving forward as his Astral Arrows will cost mana.
Ooh, early rotation from Gars.
Although I must say it's not unheard of for the Aphrodites to be picking up the blue buff in the solo lane, or in the duo lane.
I think I like the rotation. He's going to steal away some experience from Boosh, but it also ensures that Ra doesn't push him out.
Yeah. It gives him that little bit of extra push there in the early game. As you can see, he's actually going to force some archers under the tower of Best. And will it be enough, though? Like, it's tough to say that the math works out right. Is splitting that experience in gold with Gars worth removing maybe 50, 60 gold from the Ra in those minions?
I guess we'll find out in 90 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, they go back and they split the back XP camp. Yeah, we should know relatively soon by who hits level 5 first.
What we're going to see last is actually rotate into the jungle with Best. It looks like they're going to do the strategy we saw in one of the previous games where they're going to take out the small camp, take out the red with the obvious respawn. I mean, it's been 90 seconds right now since he's used the Hand of the Gods. It looks like Last is going to rotate and just burn this red buff down, but they are not letting them go for it for free.
Boosh and Gars. Best is here. They have the heal beam to put down. It's going to be tough to initiate into
the
this.
reset.
Yeah, they're going to try to force the reset, and they will indeed. But no, their special delivery back onto the Guards. He's going to be forced to dash away, but not before he takes a nice chunk of damage. There is no ultimate available for the Ra. The rotations from the duo lane not going to come through, and they're going to give up that red buff. Now, I do want to talk about the solo lane here, DM. What do you make of the Hercules and Giannis matchup?
Both of them just have to watch their step. That's what it is. If you step into the portal, you're taking damage. You step into that rock, you're taking damage. Either one of them can get blown up in an instant. Doesn't matter how tanky you are, Janus can destroy you. Yeah,
but this one seems like it's a little more treacherous for Giannis than it is for the Hercules. Hercules has a good shot at surviving a couple rotations of bursts from Divios. Divios has about one mistake to make before he gets exploded by the 4 abilities of Mr. Hercules.
Now, step was watched. That was cute. Actually dashes forward, doesn't quite find what he's looking for. Is taking a lot of archer damage. Does get into level 5 a little bit earlier, which is strange to me considering that Divios did get some extra experience that we saw Gars kind of lead the lane a little bit earlier. But at the same time, the rotations are going to be...
Look at the angle from Boosh.
He didn't watch the step.
No steps watched. There's the damage coming out. The burst coming through, and they're crushing wave. No driving strike. Startup before he can get out of the way. And Anatoly eats a first blood, and it goes to Hubble, and you do not want Hubble getting first blood.
You know, with the drama surrounding the whole switch, everyone on the chat's probably like, oh, Anatoly give up first blood. That, in my opinion, that was a call that Best missed. I mean, Boosh was really calculating that run-in, and that was a long time he was missing from lane.
Well, it's a few things, right? No wards on the map, period.
Right.
So that, I mean, you can always say he should have warded, right? It's an obvious call. But you're right. I mean, it's the mid lane call.
But that's an issue. I mean, it's 3 minutes. No matter when he placed a ward, that would have been dead already.
That's right. But was Best forced out of the lane? I think Best may have been back with that. No, looking at his mana, sitting at pretty full mana there. And another thing here, Best has a ward. What's up with that?
I guess he's just hanging on to it for now. Anatoly just picks up one himself. Looks like the ward was placed, very in his normal Ballywick ways where he can throw the damage as they come into the lane. The best special.
Look at this. Look at Lassus here. Why is
he charging up?
I guess he was expecting them to fall back. Like Best was clear his wave really fast. Here he is. He's actually going to find the damage on the guards. They toss him back. World Weaver's on the Boosh, though. They put it onto the wrong target. Doesn't matter. Best will secure it with the ultimate, but Boosh able to roll through with the water cannon.
That was not worth. I mean, that was World Weaver and Special Delivery. And Sonic Boom. They used 2 ultimates for that, and they only managed to use 1 to get the counter kill. That was definitely in favor of Red.
Yeah, now Anatoly's going to rotate to the mid lane to try to make a play on the Boosh, but Boosh smartly just kites him around to the left side.
Look
He's
at
going to be A-okay. Smart play.
He is standing on a ward, though, but Anatoly just used a driving strike, and he saw him do it, which means he gets to watch back into lane for free.
Nah, the cooldown's not very long, though. And, he's just going to take some melee minions with him, and he's just going to waste Anatoly's time as the Giannis pushes this wave back out into the tower. Missing some XP and gold is the Hercules.
That's a very, very big play right there by Boosh, because look how much experience he's missing. That's 3 creeps lost in gold. Actually, 4 lost in gold, maybe even 4 lost in experience.
Yeah, and he's not going to get any gold out of that wave, which is very, very tough for the Hercules. And Giannis is going to pull a bit ahead here and get the free back. So All things told, Last is going to waste some time here as well.
Yeah, this is not a good rotation.
Yeah, not a great rotation. The whole thing is not looking great right now.
Actually, you know what? I think I like it because he took the speed, he got the experience, and now he's helping get the blue buff safely. Actually, I love Last's rotation.
Yeah, he's leashing the golden experience that the Hercules needs out of that wave. Should have just started the blue without him and then held it, waiting for the Bumba's mass procs.
But then again, we keep talking about how if Lassus gets behind or doesn't get far enough ahead, they have lost.
That's true.
So it could really be fought either way. Left side, they're trying to steal it away. Gars is there, though. This is a 3v1 or 3v2. Ooh, nice shot by Best. Ionic in a lot of trouble here. Just shields himself and runs away. Gars walks in the other direction. It looks like the blue buff, however, did go.
Wow.
What's he doing? Is he going in?
Yeah, he's just throwing out a casual ultimate there, and he's going to put some damage out onto Zapman where he can. They don't have long-range damage. Is the blink online for Boosh? It's not. He's just going to try to make his way in.
Yeah, he's dead.
Really uncharacteristic misplay there by Gars.
Yeah.
He's playing that one like he's his signature Hun bosses or his Thors. There comes the dash through. Hitting 2 is Mercury. Major Look coming out as well, but he's forced to box with Snoopy. Best out of mana, more or less, and Boosh is going to take out Shadow Q. Zapman in some trouble as well. Trying to kite him away. Bring him back towards Best. Damage coming out. Oh, that water spout missing is a big deal because Hercules is cutting off his escape path. Here's the big Anatoly. Boosh now forced to take an awkward way. Oh, brings it back on the Zapman. Boom goes the dynamite, but Last is in the backline. Does kill Snoopy. He's going to dive the tower for Ionic as well. Not sure if this is the best plan. It is indeed. Dashing back through. Double kill for Lassus.
4-4. Cogred answers back. Boosh finds a shot here. Does he have the damage? No, I don't think he does. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. Where's
the boulder? Is it there?
Oh my God.
The fight just continues. Anatoly's actually going to put Gars in a good position to aggress onto him now. This fight is just so back and forth.
That was, and he's still going in. Anatoly in a lot of trouble here. Does find a pushback. You're going to see we're having Aphrodite rotate back in level 7. Gars in a lot of trouble. Anatoly super low and Bird's super late, but he still manages to get him out of there.
Barely.
But look at this. Devios never rotated. He's going to get a tier 1 for it.
Throwing Hadokens at the tier 1, and he's going to take that down easy peasy.
Beautiful play. They managed to do that in a 4v5 situation and take a tier 1 on the right side. Major win for Cog. Red puts them in the lead for the first time in this game for real. 800 gold up, 600 experience.
Cogred's doing, who knows if it's on purpose. One would assume it is. It's just good scouting. They're just doing a very good job of baiting Dignitas into over-aggression.
And, you know, with Aphrodite, it's not a carry that can sustain in this level of the game. She has the ultimate. If that ultimate is wasted or even used early in a team fight, she's just a sitting duck.
Right side lane, Zapman. Gonna farm.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna go. It looks like they're gonna rotate the Hunter over there. Has the clear to deal with the Giannis very well. He needs the free farm, but can Anatoly and Shadow Q hold this lane? I mean, I guess it's basically invincible.
So we questioned the Nemesis being like, why would they pick that into nothing? Now that we're looking at this, they forced this. Anatoly is forced out because he can't deal with Janus. He can't deal with Nemesis ganks. This was actually one of the best drafts I've ever seen because, I mean, even the casters are like, what are they doing? Like, this is brilliant play.
Yeah, very, very smart stuff. They knew that they had forced this out. Last is channeling the ultimate, but doesn't have it available anymore. Now realizes he has to go toe-to-toe with Gars. The ability damage just a bit much, and then once the abilities are cast, Zapman in a lot of trouble here. He's actually going to eat the portal. Gars has a great angle on him here, and Zapman has already used the backflip, but Gars, noticing the best rotation, going to call the first team, going to fall back a bit and just throw out some chip damage.
Oh, no. He actually does throw out the World Weaver there, thinking Last was going to follow up, and Last does not. Trying to, doesn't watch his step. Unstable Vortex. There comes the ultimate as well, and Boosh blows him down.
They're in a lot of trouble here now as Gars dashes forward, slows him down. This should be, the pin from Zapman is really, really nice.
Gars.
Going to keep him out, and Gars gets turned around on by that Raw snipe. The back and forth of this game is unbelievable. Aphrodite rotating it as well now. They may continue to go for more as Boosh is going for that lazy back, but Shadow Q doesn't have his boots online. I'm sorry, does have Midas boots, but they're just not granting that much movement speed enough for him to get in there.
Shadow Q has to be careful. If he gets knocked up here, there could be an ult.
Totally down to Snoopy, solo kill.
Anatoly just finding himself in a bad spot, not high enough level to deal with the push from Rom. Level 9 right now is going to find himself with tower damage. Last is going to be forced to rotate over towards the left side, actually procking away with that special delivery, looking for the push. On the right side, they don't find anything either, meaning just a big win there for Red once again.
Yeah, Cognitive Red winning this game so far in the fashion that Dignitas patented, taking lots of fights, being very aggressive, but somehow just eking out an advantage in every one, getting a little bit more out of the map. 1,000 gold ahead over the first 10 minutes, 800 experience ahead over the first 10 minutes as well, pulling ahead slowly but surely. Cognitive Red.
We're looking at top farm on Dignitas 5100. Lassus is keeping himself relevant, but then you go across the way and they're letting Hobwalk get out of control. 5,800 gold with 5 kills and a level 12, putting him even a level ahead of the best who hasn't even died yet.
I'm just wondering why it took us so long to have Hubble played in this tournament.
Well, I mean, he got played before. I mean, Jared, but we need more. I mean, this character...
That's what I'm saying. He didn't get played, though, until the second round of the second game.
So, Bart, I have a question. which one of Habwa's 3 ultimates do you like the best?
Is this your new stump?
Yes, I like it a lot.
Okay.
It's a good time. It wasn't mine. I'm stealing it, but I like it. I'm going to keep it.
Got it. Water carpet's my favorite.
This guy. Nice shot. Actually sends Shadow Q in the other direction. Best getting very long. Oh, triple! Woo! Nice.
Youch.
Beautiful play.
Speaking of 3 ultimates.
Throwing out that, yeah, seriously, throwing out the X defense, blowing
Once
him
again,
down.
Zatman, a lot of trouble to the backstab from Gars. This is what we saw a lot in the launch tournament out of
Shots
Nemesis.
coming out.
But this time it's the Raw. Can he hit it? Ooh. 2. Ooh, barely missing that juke there. The through time and space, ripping through as well, but not finding any damage on the Zapman. Snoopy's gonna need a World Weaver. Not enough. Zapman didn't channel long enough. Gars is here to protect Ionic as well, has a Stone Shield ready for Snoopy Man, and they're gonna be A-okay as they walk through that rift and get a bit more run speed.
That was a very big kill for them.
Fury off this, so I think.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Boosh is back up. They can delay long enough, but oh, they don't even realize it's happening. Snoopy's going back to the base. Devios does have damage, but I don't know. It resets.
They're gonna try to burst down Ionic. This is dangerous stuff. Stone Shield coming out. There's a 4-man Cataclysm, but they're not gonna find anything with the Watch Your Step there. And it looks like maybe this is the best. They've gotten the best of the best. He's out of mana, and there's not much you can do with that. Throw auto attacks in. They're going to continue on into the Ionic. They are going to be able to burst him down and do some damage. Wow, here goes Boosh.
He still has his ultimate, still sitting on full health. He can make a big play. I would not fight this if I was Dignitas. They've used way too much to kill the support, and if they initiate, that Habwa is going to just crush them.
Yeah, Ionic definitely did his job, extending that fight out, making time for the Habwa to get back, making sure that they were too low, 2 out of mana, 2 out of cooldowns to really try to aggress any further past that. Nice play.
So Boosh in the mid lane right now looks like he's going to get some free experience. Actually throws himself into danger to ensure that he wastes some of the best time. You see he's very low on mana. He's going to be forced out. Anatoly and Shadow Q linked up, but kind of going in different directions here. Right side mid camp I think is what Anatoly has his sights on, but unfortunately, for him at least, it was definitely already taken by Boosh.
I mean, oh wow, Last is actually finally killing the Snoopy, the left side lane. He went really, really deep onto Zapman and just got abused by that rotation coming out. Mercury just so fast. But what's important to note here is that even though this game is fairly tight in terms of gold, in terms of experience, and trending back towards Dignitas and parity once again, Dignitas is losing every lane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they can't feel good about themselves. I mean, even though they're pretty even.
Are they doing this again?
I think they're saying to themselves right now, we need to buy time from Mercury.
Are they doing this again? Here comes through time and space, not doing a lot of damage. The crushing wave is going to be good. Both supports are already down, but Janice is still available. Huge shot onto the best in the back line. Devio's going to rotate out. Anatoly going to rotate out. Zapman, almost dead, is forced completely out. Anatoly's trying to box the Boosh.
Not dead just yet.
Oh, yeah, Zapman's real dead right there.
Look back at the Anatoly and Boosh duel going on here. Best trying his best to zone them out, but Gars is going to find the angle. Boosh does fall to the rock, but here's Gars. Going to try to go toe-to-toe with Toly, but the unstable Vortex coming through is going to rip him. Well, a new Vortex, and down he goes.
2 for 3 trade once again remains in favor of Cognitive Red. They still have about 1,000 gold, 1,000 experience, which has been fluctuating throughout, but Dignitas has done an amazing job of not letting them extend that lead. The last 2 fights have been either dead even or in their favor, and thanks to the play from Zap and Last, 2 people we've been talking about a lot this tournament, they shut down Snoopy so he wasn't a part of that fight, which is a big reason why they didn't lose that last fight completely.
Yeah, it's true. Well, actually, it's not true. They gained about 600 gold on the back of that fight. And about 700 experience. So, I mean, not a big win, right? They didn't come out way ahead, but they did come out ahead enough to get back to as big of an advantage as they've had this game. And Cognitive Red only holding that 1,000 gold advantage. They haven't extended it at the 13-minute, 37-second point. It's not really where you want to be, right? If you have that 800,000 gold experience early, you want to be sitting at about 2.5K, continue to grow, see that upward movement. Granted, they have dipped back down and started to build it back up, but it's not as snowbally as maybe they would like it. And as on kind of because of that, Last is sitting at 7,000 gold and really starting to outpace the rest of the team besides Boosh over in Cog Red.
Is Shadow Q a higher level than Zapman?
Yes. No. Zapman just hit 12.
Yeah, he just hit 12. Ionic very low right now, though, only level 10. 2-man Kata is actually negated, but there comes the curse. Zapman super low right now. I don't see him living through this one.
I don't see how he will. Aegis Amulet coming out. The heal's not going to do anything as the weakening curse was already applied.
That was very smart play, and I love the early weakening curse. There's one final ability slot on Devios. He has beads. Will he get Aegis? Will he get the weakening curse? To me, I think it's a no-brainer. I think they need the extra weakening curse.
Yeah, but is Giannis really going to ever be in a position to use it?
Maybe portals.
Yeah, maybe portals. Oh, man, this is a very tense moment here for
Divios out of
Dignitas.
nowhere. Unstable Vortex going to slam into Shadow Q. Boosh just barely missing that knockup, but Lassus still takes a big chunk.
Yeah, a little surprised to not see the goal for Gold Fury because now they're stalling out against the Tier 1 on the left side, which means that they're making room for Hercules to take the Tier 1 on the right. Anatoly going to find himself some farm for Team Dignitas. And now that's going to mean the Gold Fury started by Cognitive Red. They really have to get this now to make this trade even close to even.
Oh, Boosh, speaking of trading, takes some serious damage there, but gives back. Last trying to channel Sonic Boom, but it looks like they're going to back off the Gold Fury. His best finds a kill onto Ionic. Snoopy has to be very careful here.
Wow, it's so low. Best trying to secure it. Cognitive Red does get it. Divios with the auto attack. Now going to slow down Best, but has to be careful not to get, well, this having happened. Yeah.
Goodbye.
You're done. The sprint was active as he made that ground. Continue to push on the right side. Hercules looking for a Tier 2 now. Dignitas needs to continue in.
I mean, they should really take the mid-tier 1. They're not going to get the Tier 2 here. Nemesis is already there, and really, I don't care what Anatoly has built at this point. He is not boxing Garce.
No, he has no chance. He has the on-keel here, which is not helping him out at all. He's going to try to box him. He's actually going to push it back towards the team. Throw out a boulder as well, but it's going to be reflected.
Oh my God.
The World Weaver. Is it enough? Yes,
wow,
it is!
The trade.
Down goes Garce. Is that trade worth it, though? Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, 2 ultimates for 1 and the stopped aggress. I think I give that one to Cognitive Red.
Yeah, that's a tough call. And higher level is Anatoly.
Oh, no, Snoopy just dashed in with Lassus right there. They're going to burn him down. He goes up into the air. Lassus taking the tower, takes a shot, takes another shot. Can he find the third one? Ooh, just barely missed.
That backpedal was pretty, oh man, look at that. Through space of time coming through as well. There is your weakening curse. Lassus trying to juke. Can he make it? He cannot. Ionic did find a nice initiation there, and they are able to secure a kill onto that Mercury. And for every step that Dignitas makes, Cognitive is there in lockstep, but that lead has diminished now to dead even in gold and a little bit of an experience advantage, in fact, in Dignitas' favor.
Yeah, how did that even happen? I mean, they got the Gold Fury, they stopped it. They've gotten 2 kills
split push
since.
helped them out a lot on the experience.
Yeah, I really think so. Anatoly has worked himself way back into this game, level 14. You look at Divios, level 15, but there was a 3-level difference at one point.
Yeah, but you have a Blink 3 Fist of the Gods Hercules with 1 assist.
Fair enough.
It's not why you pick those items. It's not why you draft this god.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
So, you know, it's not working out that well for Dignitas, even in spite of the farm that he just got in the last 2 minutes.
Really, I think what it comes down to is Gar should have used... Oh, here he comes. There's the blink. Ionic going to actually stun out 3 people, force out the ultimate as well. That's a 1-for-1 ultimate trade. They actually use the second one and get the kill.
That's a lot of cooldowns to use.
Snoopy's real dead.
Rom in a lot of trouble here. He's actually going to dash back, and Best, they're going to need some more damage here. World Reaver used, but here comes the Brute Squad from Cognitive Red. Garz and Boosh are here. Yana split pushing on the right side, but Mercury is there to clean that up. That may be where we see the action actually coming. Now, Lassus like, you know what? I should get a orange buff.
Gar's actually going against 4. No ultimates available on this Dignitas fight. Garz finds 1. Boosh getting an advantage here in the position. Garz is very low and will get picked up by Zatman. Does Boosh have the line? Will he ult through? He's looking to find Zatman more than anything.
It's coming through space of time. Oh, it almost killed Zatman.
Uh-oh. There goes the ult a little bit too late there. He's going to die for free, but there comes the Unstable Vortex to clean it back up. 2 for 2. Zatman not in a great spot.
Lassus has an ultimate. He's going to rip it off. Divios in a lot of trouble. Doesn't even need to use it. So close to getting another double kill there was Divios. Just making such plays on that Giannis. And this game is a madhouse.
But that was a major win for Dig right there. They're 1,000 gold ahead, now 4,000 experience. And check out the reflection. And again, Zatman, Lassus on top, Dig's winning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems to be the barometer for success. They've wrestled back the gold lead, 1,000 in their favor, 3,500 experience going in favor of Dignitas as well, and Mercury starting to come online. First crit item finished, working into that Deathbringer as well. Looking for really that 4th item, Bloodforge, to just go absolutely hyper carry mode. We'll see. We'll see if Cognitive Red could get back on the horse here and push down these remaining towers. They really have to get these last towers, I would say, before about the 22, 23-minute mark, or you're going to see Deathbringer, Rageblade, Lassus on that Mercury, and it's going to be very, very hard for them to win at that point.
So topside, they're going to push out the wave towards the tier 2, which has taken some decent damage here, but they are definitely 2 towers down. So in effective gold, they're really only 400 behind once they try to answer those objectives. At the same time, they still have a very capable team. And, you know, Nemesis has been a huge push for a lot of teams today. I mean, we saw Weekend this morning with amazing plays.
Yeah, you know, but Cognitive really only has 1 more strong timing to hit. And it's going to be... Wow,
what is this?
Going deep. You're not playing Thor.
This is trouble.
World Weaver coming through. He's going to avoid the stun, but still taking a lot of damage through space and time. Ripping through Best out of this fight for now. Shadow Q trying to get out as well. The steps are watching. No one going to fall through that portal. And Zatman, though, he's going to try to fight 5.
Yeah, where is he? Actually, he has a good line here. Oh, Lassus with a perfect ult. Boost going to the back line, gets Aegis. Nice shot, but it's too late. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Zatman really needs to step it up right now because he is the last line of defense. He is the only real damage, though Snoopy put himself in a really awkward spot.
Rom takes this guy, but he's going to die to the dot from Snoopy. It ends up being a 2-for-2 trade. However, the support
Watch
is...
your steps, Zatman!
Step the knock up as well. Garz is here. Does he have slice? He does. Can he find the auto attacks on the Zatman? Not yet. Bird thinking back up.
No.
Down goes Garz. Down goes Zatman. What is this game?
Yannick's not taking a very strong path here. Best will not be able to chase, but just barely. TVO's coming to the back line.
Oh, no.
He's got to watch his step.
Oh, no. It missed. It missed.
This is so... Oh, he uses it a little bit too late.
B3,
Through space and time. Misses. No chance. He hits him in the back. He's just going to try to chase him down.
He's going to go through. He's going to go through the portal.
Is he going to go through? No. What in the world?
What are you doing?
Oh, he portals himself through. He's looking for it. Can he find...
real
He
life?
slows him. Unstable vortex shotgun.
Wow, just like that, Giannis chases down 2 more members of Team Dignitas. Once again, swinging this game back towards Cognitive Red. Just a little bit of gold now separating these teams. The experience negligible at this point as well. Call it a dead-even game, 21 minutes into it, and an elimination game for Dignitas. Tournament point for Cognitive Red.
Everyone, every single team told me Friday that Janus wasn't good enough to be picked. They thought he was too gimmicky, there was no way to really land his damage, and Devios, the player that everyone thought was going to be the weak link, is carrying with the god that no one thought was good enough. If that says anything about this meta...
A couple of weeks ago, I was in Europe where we saw Thanatos picked, a god that everyone said was not good enough to be viable, too gimmicky to ever have a big impact on a game.
And who else? Who was the other one?
Then was respected.
What was the other one?
There was another one.
Chana.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. I did ever found a pretty interesting interaction with Chang'e that I can tell you about later.
I know it.
Oh, they already told you?
Yeah.
Nerds. So, Divios here. The player of the game. So definitely the player of this tournament for Cognitive Red. We saw some great plays from Garz. Yeah, but no one was expecting anyone to give Garz Thor, and it's just kind of what happens when you do, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to say that's a standout effort, but Divios really really making a great play for himself. Take a look at the mid lane though, where Boosh is just getting smacked around there. That is really no other way to put that.
I don't like the blink. I really don't. It's too aggressive. It doesn't help them in the defensive measure. And now going into this Gold Fury fight, which they desperately need, they're going to be a man down, and that's a lot of their damage.
Yeah, and this is going to go easily to Dignitas, and this could be where they really wrestle back control of the game. Just really helping out Shadowq.
Yeah,
he really needs it. Just getting the experience, getting the gold from that Gold Fury. However, there is a Divine Rune completed on the Divios, so that answers the question of where it's going to go.
Check out the Adventurer's Blade come out. It's going to be turned into a Wing Blade very, very soon. In fact, he has more than enough gold to finish it up. It looks like Janus is going to throw out some shots there, but not nearly enough to deter, and that's going to be Dignitas' big ticket back into the game. Taking a look at the stats here, we're going to see a 2,700 gold difference, as well as 5,700, or rather 5,100, which is getting negated a little bit. Experience difference, which is pure because no one is level 20 just yet.
That's true, yeah. The 5,000 experience is really the big thing here. Gold, 2,600, it's not that big for this stage in the game. Looking at 100K basically net worth between the two teams and only 2,000 difference, not that much.
Especially when you have characters like Habla. You can have 1,000,000 gold more than him, and if you get hit twice, you're going to die.
That's right, he's working towards Ratatouille. But kind of going back to the point that I was trying to make earlier, is Cognitive Red only really has one more strong timing. It's when the Ratatouille comes out of Divios and Boosh. Besides that, they got to wait for Snoopy to get 6 slotted. On the other hand, however, Dignitas is basically on the up and up in terms of Mercury. He's finished off his Rageblade and his Deathbringer, just continue to stack damage on top of that. Best is pretty much capped out, and it's totally not going to bring much more, but and then Zatman will get 6 slotted, but it's really more the Mercury. As the teams start to plateau, Mercury just continues up.
I don't think either team really recognized the fact that they were about to just slam into each other, and they both kind of separated by accident.
Divios in a lot of trouble here. He's going to get fisted by Lassus, and then in comes that World Weaver to secure the kill. And that's the downside to Giannis, is he has about as much HP as a piece of paper.
Level 20, though, he's already hit his experience cap, and given the fact that he's top
gold.
Some
trouble here. Garz coming in with the ultimate. Dashing forward. Here's a slice of dice. Slow down to Zatman. Getting dove, and boom goes the dynamite.
Right side tier 2, though, is getting pressured. Anatoly in a kind of a weird place is going to be forced out, but I think that's going to be a 1,500 gold swing right there. They'll answer 500 gold of that, but that's still a major win for Dig.
Yeah, Dig now 4,000 gold is their lead, and Dignitas looking like slowly but surely they're just taking this game away from Cognitive Red, which should have really been their game into the mid-game.
Ionic's in trouble.
Ionic may go down here, and if he goes down here, this could be Fire Giant for Dignitas.
He gets a nice weakening curse, jumping away. Gars has a lot of pressure as Boosh rotates in. And we all know about the blink right there. Last is super low, misses the ultimate. Anatoly has the line, making sure that Boosh is going to have to run away. Or rather, Lassus tries to throw out a big hit there, doesn't find the damage nor the crit. They will be forced away. It looks like they're going to turn their sights to the... Oh, my.
Boosh has 8 HP. But with Ionic at the base and no answer, the Fire Giant has been started by Team Dignitas.
This could be the actual game right now. Through space and time is going to come with the dropship. How low is the Fire Giant? It's going to be taken. Can they answer it back? No way. Too much health. They have to back off here.
And you can say there, you can really see how worried Dignitas is about Cognitive Red in kind of that 3 seconds of interaction there. Dignitas in round 2 of a tournament up 1 game, or down, just starting a game, they're saying, bait it. Wait. Let them come through the portals. Don't kill the Fire Giant. Here, they hog it right away as soon as it hits a 30%. They don't want to deal with any mishaps, and just the damage that Giannis brings to the table is just way too much.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, you step in the wrong place, you will die. I mean, if you land into Unstable Vortex and a splash, that's it. Your health is gone.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do about that?
Hold that is what you do. You hold it.
Yes, you hold it. You hold it and you care for it. Oh, DM.
What's up?
What's that 5th item that Gars has there?
Gars, it's my favorite. Oh, getting chills. The Heavy Hammer, the best 1,100 gold you can ever spend. That's not in real life.
Better than Pestilence, you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Pestilence rank 2, pretty good.
We're also seeing a throwing dagger come out from Lassus. Extra crit damage.
Yeah, a little extra crit damage to spread as well from the throwing damage. I mean, granted, players aren't really stacking up enough to make the spread worth it, but the extra crit strike chance is really what's getting very, very cost-efficient crit chance.
So here we go. I mean, this is it. They have 1 weakening curse and 1 attempt to shut them down. If they don't get this by the time the Phoenix goes down, this might be GG.
Dignitas setting up early there for that Neath weave. It's down the AoE route available. Zatman taking the tower because, hey, why not? Throwing in the auto attacks. Ionic making his way to the front line. So far, it's really been the counter initiation that he's gotten a lot very, very nicely from those Cataclysms. Hasn't really been initiating too much. Last is channeling his ultimate, but they're spotted out by some wards, and Gars off the backside also spotted by a ward.
Yeah, he's going to get spotted out. Lassus actually might look to push in. It's a level 20 to level 18 right now. Lassus has a major advantage there in damage. Blinking in, Anatoly finds an opportunity. Using the beads and the shield will be forced back, and it looks like the tier 2 will finally be pushed down.
Yeah, it looks like the answer is a war of attrition here at the tier 2. Dignitas going to rotate in, but they did take, to Cog's credit, they took him about 3 waves to do it, so slowing it down little by little here. Dignitas is Zatman taking a lot of damage as Divios is unstable.
Boosh in the back gets aegis. He's looking for something, but he has no escape. He'll go down very quick. Did he hit? No. Okay, there's the best with the snipe. Huge shot there. 1 for 1 so far. We're going to get the weakening curse, trying to do damage. Zatman actually gets picked up. It's all up to Lassus at this point. Divios moving forward. Snoopy moving forward, trying to find best portal through. There, he's looking for it. Lassus goes down. Still 4 people alive as only the support is the last line of defense. The Phoenix stands. Cog Red stands as Dig runs away.
What can they take out of this? Obviously, the Gold Fury's there, but they want to get a Phoenix off the back of this. Pointing through his Divios. He's in a lot of trouble, though. Shadowcue has a lot of damage here. Dashing through now is Divios. There's the slow. No, he may be able to pick up a kill on the Ionic before it's all said and done here.
How is he alive?
Shadowcue just too slippery.
What in the world? I kind of want to look at him, see if he's making a face. He's not even clenching, dude. He's like normal day.
Yeah.
That was a normal day for Shadowcue.
Yeah, that's, we saw it at the launch tournament, what he has done with the Afrid booty jukes there.
So they get a tier 1. Probably not the best thing in the entire world, but the Gold Fury has respawned, and there is no pressure to stop them. That'll be a free 2,000 gold hot off the back of a major turnaround. That's going to separate the gold back down to 1,000. How is that? How did this happen?
The swings. The swings are real.
I'm looking at Gars, I'm looking at Snoopy, but then you look at the damage. Really what it comes down to is Boosh missed an ult, got basically the worst ult ever. He hit Aegises, he hit Undying Love, he forced out some ultimates, which were decent. Yeah. But what happened was they didn't kill him for it. Habbo should have died in a heartbeat.
That's a lot of words to describe 20,000 player damage on Divios and Boosh. Which is really what we're talking about here. The next highest in the game is Zatman sitting at 18.9. Lassus right behind him at 18K, but the 20K, or little over 19K damage that Divios and Boosh have both done, and then the 18K from Gars as well. They have way more player damage this game from the important targets than Dignitas does, and a lot of Dignitas' damage has come out onto Ionic.
At 1,400 gold, 1,500 gold separates these two teams. I think it's going to come down to the next Fire Giant. If one team can get this cleanly, I think it's going to take the game. If Cognitive Red, Divios in a lot of trouble, gets burned down once again by Lassus.
But Fire Giant still not respawning for about another 45 seconds.
Yeah, they got to play super safe here. What? Oh, okay, I see. They're just using portals. Zatman not in a great spot. Doesn't quite get the cripple off, but will he have an opportunity? Takes a lot of damage from those astral arrows. It will force back. Looks like we have the heal used already from both the main healers. They're going to try to move forward, but this wave's going to get cleared, and they can't push forward now.
Yeah, and there's no counter wards available on Team Dignitas, so...
Where's Gars?
They can't rotate effectively, really, here.
Gars doesn't even realize standing on top of a ward. Boosh is here. Doesn't quite hit the knockup. Tier 2 taking some damage here. Anatoly doesn't quite get what he's looking for. Snoopy in the back line going to get pushed forward. Elastus gets pushed out as you see Shadow Q switch targets and try to heal the big boy up.
Interesting exchange. It looks like Lassus just went in there to have Divios pop that ultimate. Then he just immediately uses sprint, runs away, heals up. Gets all his protections back. That seems to be the MO there.
And Tier 2 does get taken down. They're having a very hard time dealing with that amount of sustain. Divios has opted into sprint, so we are only going to see one weakening curse.
Yeah, but it is very much a bend-don't-break strategy here for Cog Red right now. They're just letting Dignitas take these towers and making it very hard for them to break the base. Fire Giant coming back up, and this is really the fight that matters here. 4,000 gold once again in favor of Dignitas, 8,000 experience. Experience mattering less and less as the players hit level 20, but the 4,000 gold, they were just up by 1,000 just a moment ago, and now once again back up into that 4,000 mark. But even so, it's meaningless in-hand gold. They can't go cash it in until after this fight.
Exactly, and right here you're going to notice Dignitas keeps running in circle thinking they're going to bait the Fire Giant, but the problem is they have it warded. They're not even worried about this.
That's right, yeah, and as we mentioned, no sentry wards available. Anatoly uses that blink now on cooldown. Are they going to try to put more damage out to him? I mean, he takes quite a bit there and forced to heal back up.
Spirit Gun!
Doing a lot of damage. Here comes the unstable vortex. Best low. Zatman low forced to stay in the heal, but on the backside, it's Divios and Boosh in the same situation. There's the pluck by Anatoly. Is it going to be enough to find a kill? Gar's the only one low. Will they take him down? Anatoly driving strike. Anatoly to fall. Now here comes the World Weaver. Snoopy up into the sky. Can he find the damage on the best? No. He's splitting the difference. We'll get the final shot as the Aegis runs out just a little bit too early as his ultimate expires, and this fight rages on, DM.
Ionic is very low. They're pushing into the support. Look at Boosh in the back line. Look at Divios trying to make them watch their step. I think they're just going to try to back off here. Snoopy doesn't have a lot of mana. Ionic doesn't have a lot of health. Boosh has one chance at this.
Wow, they're going to go deep onto Ionic with the Heavenly Agility. Boosh picks up a kill onto Best, but now Boosh will pay with his life. Dignitas, Shadow Q, and Zatman, the Bash brothers still alive here. Can they do anything, though? I mean, obviously they can't take their fight to the Fire Giant. They may look to try to take some farm or even a tower, but they have to worry about Divios behind them here. They're going to chase down Snoopy, but is it just going to be too much? No, Divios is not having it. He's going to port away and go ahead and head home.
And this is the power of Aphrodite, being able to sustain through this and keep themselves in the fight. Once again, Spirit Gun going to slam down into Zatman, bringing him very low. Step going to be watched there as they back off, and Vortex is going to bring Zatman low enough to want to back off.
Whew. Man, the... wow. Wow.
Oh, just barely. A little bit mistimed. Divios probably not too happy about that one.
Yeah, but that's an Aegis used by Zatman there. Get bodied!
Get kind of bodied.
Oh, he's mad.
Oh, man. That was this much. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Jeez. I mean, and see, the thing is what's happening right now is I guarantee you that Zatman's sitting there saying, like, oh, Giannis, this is BS, this guy, so much burst damage. Just like, you decided to go back in there at 350 HP knowing that he was going to hit you for 500.
Well, Gars and Ionic looks like they're going to be able to clean up the vision here, looking in the inventories. There is one more sentry onto the Best. Both Magi's Blessings are available for the supports. The Adventurer's Blade as well. At this point, they should be trying to fight on Cog Red. They should be trying to force the advantage. Shadow Q has a great opportunity to go for the steal here. They have to be very careful and very worried as the Magi's Blessing actually just got popped by the Fire Giant.
Here we go, moving in is Dignitas. Anatoly with the blink in. Fire Giant getting into the threshold. Guard trying to stay in there. Cog Red is going to get that secured. Rushing through is the crushing wave. Up in the sky is Snoopy throwing down the arrows on a Shadow Q, trying to force him out of this fight. Ionic in the front line trying to keep Best and Anatoly from doing too much. Shadow Q now going to try to waste some time for Cognitive Red, but it's just not looking good. Best in a lot of trouble. Aegis, that means you're dead. You're just wasting time. Once again, that seems to be the moral of this fight. Anatoly going to try to push Ionic back into the tower, but maybe too little too late.
Not the target I would have picked there, Bart. I would definitely not have gone for the Giant Rock. Zatman is by himself against 4. Might have an opportunity, but the blink is going to force the backflip. Tier 2 will go down, and they will push forward. Still 30 seconds before last. Is 38 before Shadow Q, and still over 3/4 of a minute for the rest. Zatman is in a ton of trouble.
Can they push in for a win here?
Zatman is dead!
Zatman down. There's a deicide on the board. 20 seconds remaining. Cognitive Red, an opportunity to win right here. They're going to move in.
Oh, my
Ladies
God.
and gentlemen, Cognitive Red is going to be your victors of the North American $50,000 kickoff win.
Is this the double 4th seed win? This is it! Cog Red GG!
unbelievable play there. And Giannis, just such a ridiculous force in this game. We saw through space and time probably do 5,000 damage on its own.
Unbelievable ending. 3-1. The underdogs come through for the major victory. Nobody saw it coming. No one expected them to even take a game on COG, and they come in with a 5-2 victory overall against some of the most veteran, most practiced teams in the entire world. They have officially changed the game.
They have indeed. I mean, they go through their sister team, Cognitive, considered the much stronger team between the two. They feel pretty good coming on the back of that. They
and you know what? In between, everyone's like, they know how to fight COG. They don't know how to fight Dig.
Right. I mean, you saw Dignitas up there congratulating them after beating COG, thinking, hey, we got this one in the bag. We can take out Smite. They do, but then they lose to really a strategy that this is something we haven't really seen that much of before, at least not in recent memory, where you're drafting Hubwas, Giannis's, and then stripping enemy protection. This actually smells a little bit more like a full-on team strategy pick, which is not something we see a lot of in Smite, right? A lot of times you're saying, they pick this guy, let's pick the guy that does the best against him, or let's pick best in slot. What we see here is a team fully drafted around this idea of massive burst coming out of the Hubwa and Giannis. Let's get to the back lines. Let's use the Nemesis ultimate. Let's burn them down.
Let's kill Lasses. Let's kill Zap, and the rest is a cakewalk. Best just didn't have the damage or the control.
Yeah.
There was just nothing they could do. I mean, look at Boosh, almost 33,000. Devio's putting out 25K himself, both numbers higher than anybody on Dignitas.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a Ra with this kind of build, the Obsidian Shard, Bancross, Pen Boots, Voidstone, Breastplate, moving the Ra to Hootie, right? Normally you're saying, look how bursty the Ra is. How are they going to deal with how bursty the Ra is? He's tanky, he's bursty, but his burst was just nothing. You couldn't go toe-to-toe with any of the mages in the game.
I'm just completely blown away. I can't believe he had that kind of pressure. And really, you know, we talk about Gars, we talk about Devios, we talk about the damage. I mean, player of the game to me there, Ionic saved so many fights, so many 3- and 4-man katas, forcing out the early Undying Loves. Every single time we saw Shadowq with the panic ults trying to get his team out of there, and every single time they waited, used the weakening curse afterwards, and it just blew him up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really rough when they banned out the Thor, right? And then they got really hit hard by that Nemesis. It did very, very well. And then that was what was played in the first game, is that right? Was the Nemesis as well. Gars played it a couple times in this tournament, but this was likely the best performance we saw from Nemesis from Gars all day.
And it's not like that was a blowout. I mean, there was a 3-kill difference, less than 3,000.
We were talking about Dignitas winning the game with a 4,000 gold lead, a 5-time buff, and pressuring a Phoenix.
But right in that last engagement, they got the buff. They sustained long enough through that HP 5, and Ionic found some really good picks.
Yeah, I mean, and the final thought there was just, you remember that one engagement where Cognitive held Dignitas 3 waves at their tier 2 on the right side, which meant they didn't get the Phoenix. They were able to take that, not give up too much, and bring it all the way back, win the game, take it out of the clutches of Dignitas, and they are your champions for North America. And with that, let's toss it over to the stage for the check ceremony.
Hello, everybody. What an exciting game we've seen. It is Europe all over again where the underdogs win. But first, everybody, the second place team. Gabe, take it away.
We are here with Team Dignitas, who just gave us some of the most electric games I have ever seen in Smite. Let's give it up for them. I still can't believe some of the plays I saw in there. Guys, excellent game. No one here is leaving empty-handed. We have a check for you here, $12,500. You've earned it. Good day's work, guys. Good game.
All right, everybody, we are going to be joined by Nabil and Stu right now.
You guys can go.
All right, Smite fans, who had fun today? All right. Well, I tell you what, if today taught us anything, is definitely that this upcoming Smite Pro League season is not going to be boring. We definitely have just 4 fantastic teams played here today. I know there's a few good teams fighting it out in the play-in series, which I think finishes up next weekend. And we're going to have a lot of just really edge of our seat competition, I think, weeks or so in order to get to the World Championship. So, you know, just 1 second before we present the winning check, you know, it takes a lot to put on an event like this, and so I think if we can just all give a round of applause as well, not just to all the people that put this together, to Nabil for all the work that he did, for the casters and analysts and all the admin and production people in the back. All right. That's not a bad day's work. I think they should be pretty happy with that. And, you know, I think it really shows for these guys to come in today in one of their first LAN events and do what they did today is really a huge achievement. And let's all give a big round of applause for Cog Red.
Congratulations again to Cognitive Red. It is only the start, guys. You came in as the 4-seeded team, beating out the LAN champions, Dignitas, and it's just the start, you guys. You still got the World Championships ahead of you. Good luck to everyone, and thank you all here in the audience. I hope you all enjoyed the tournament. And to those of you watching at home on Twitch, this is the NA LAN Kickoff Tournament, everybody. And as I said, this is just the start. The World Championships, January here, everybody. I'll see you then.
Hi-rez.